What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video, another edition of Spicy Saturday. And in this week's edition, we are seeing a shiny Porygon 2. That is right, shiny Porygon 2 with Lock-On, Tri-Attack, Zap Can. One of the spammiest Pokemon you'll find. With that Lock-On, it's the highest energy generation move in the game. This team was inspired by a fellow Wisconsinite, Got a Carchamal, so thank you to him for hopping in my Twitch chat and suggesting this team. He has beaten me so many times in GPL, and a few of those times with Porygon. So really talented battler, and we just decided to try out the team that he made. So I'll shout him out on Twitter if he has Twitter. I'm not 100% sure. Link in the description. But anyway, this team with Golbat as a counter to fighters, and then Porygon and Greedent, just pretty versatile Pokemon. Obviously, they're both weak to fighting, but other than that, they're going to be able to hit everything across the board pretty much for some heavy hitting neutral damage, and very spammy as well. We know how spammy Greedent is. It's also bulky. My Greedent gets Waterfall down there. I gotta come in here with Porygon, and I'm just trying to chip away with Tri-Attack here. This Tri-Attack resisted, but gonna do some nice little damage, and it actually and my opponent swaps back in the Granbull, and this is a mistake in my opinion. I think they should have forced my shield first, because now I'm able to Tri-Attack and completely Wing Attack down. Now I can just go straight Poison Fang, and fast moves are going to be an issue. My opponent, I couldn't believe that they're still not throwing their energy. They had so much energy here. Hydro Cannon grabs my shield. I'm going straight for Poison Fang. It's so low that a Poison Fang would be about enough to KO. I get the next shield. Another Hydro coming through. Should be okay, because Hydro Cannon is 40 energy. So even if they were at 100 before, they would need, I think, 3 more waterfalls. And we get the lock on down. It was nice when you could lock on something down. That 1 damage fast move. And we get the win there. I just swapped my Greedent to the middle slot. Just because let me know in the comments, do you typically have your safe swap Pokemon as the 3rd slot or the middle slot? For me, I put it in the middle slot as my safe swap. I know some people that like to put it in their 3rd slot. And we get a terrific lead here against the Beedrill. In comes Lickitung. I was debating for a split second what I wanted to come in with. I decided to come in with Greedent. Both of my back Pokemon will double resist the licks. But Greedent is bulkier, and I know can tank 2, probably 3 body slams. Versus I just wasn't sure how well Porygon, first time trying it out, would be able to take the body slams. But Porygon is pretty bulky, so honestly it could probably take 2 body slams, but not 3, that's for sure, because Greedent can barely take 3. But I'm over farming a ton. This cute little squirrel is just a bundle of joy. Doubling up on body slam. It's a little concerning if I let him get to another body slam here, because I was gonna say because then I could get sniped, but he swaps directly into Golbat. Or, sorry, he swaps directly into Beedrill. I swap in my Golbat. I take a Drill Run. It's only single resisted, so it still chunks. I go for Shadow Ball because I don't expect him to shield. But he does shield, so a nice play. He shields to get off his next move. I really don't want this to be an X-Scissor, but I've kind of lost track, so bit of a mistake there. I'm not sure if he even had enough energy for the Drill Run, but now I know that this has to be an X-Scissor. I'm getting ready to Poison Fang immediately, but my opponent makes a nice read, comes in with their Diggersby. I swap directly into my Porygon. It's a shiny Diggersby. How about that? So this Tri-Attack will chunk a little bit now that it's been single debuffed. I know an Earthquake would do a ton of damage to Porygon, so we got to shield this. We respect the Earthquake, and we do successfully shield it, so that's nice. Going for another Tri-Attack here. Tri-Attack has, I believe, a 50% chance to debuff the opponent's attack and defense. And look at how spammy this is. Our opponent, they're trying to overfarm, I believe. Didn't realize we were already there. And it's CMP. And that should pretty much seal the deal here. Plus, because of that nice debuff, the Earthquake doesn't quite KO. I just stay in, force the Poly, or the Licky. What am I talking about? Force the Lickitung to throw a Body Slam. And we have a Body Slam of our own stored. This should be a G to the G. The cute squirrel. Nicely done on this spicy Saturday. I recorded the intro to this video like a couple times because remember when we would have Spicy Saturday? And I tried to do it like a Whose Line Is It Anyway type thing. Like that comedy show, if you guys are familiar with that. Like, welcome to Spicy Saturday, where the teams are made up and the elo doesn't matter. We're searching for our next opponent. By the way, as a teaser to a future video, I went 10-0 on stream using auto-rec teams. It was unbelievable. But this is a pretty terrible lead, so we're going straight into Pory. I'm going for Tri-Attack, hoping maybe they shield. And they do shield, so that's really good for me. And I snuck in a lock on there. I will shield the Doom Desire. In comes Greedent, and this isn't that bad. Little bit of lag here, looks mutual. Greedent gets off the Body Slam. I know we can take a Body Slam. A little bit worried about getting Bullet seated down. But I do land the Zap Cannon, which is nice. And I catch, but honestly, this was not a smart play. This was not a good play. Because we already know that there's a Jirachi. So this was a bad play. I wanted to save that Tri-Attack for later. But to be honest, I think I should have let Porygon go, Wing Attack down, potentially get the last shield with a Shadow Ball. And then save all my shields for Greedent. So we'll end up seeing what the heck is going to be in the back. In comes Lapras, sneaks in an Ice Shard there, so it's at 2 Ice Shards. Just going to spam off Body Slams. I'm hoping I can get more Body Slams off. I think I have to shield this, right? Yeah. Have to shield that. So I'm going to throw a Body Slam here. I'm trying to figure out what my win con is because that Jirachi is still so healthy. So I swap into Golbat. In comes Jirachi. I know that this isn't really crunch range, so I have to bait here with Poison Fang to get the debuff. I get the shield and the debuff. Move is coming through. This is... Do we still have a chance here? I get off another Poison Fang. Now this will certainly put it into crunch range. And remember, I'm only like one lock-on away from a Tri-Attack on my Porygon, and the Lapras is low. I crunch right away. And we should have this if we can just quickly swap. But look what happened. A little bit of lag gave our opponent 1 Ice Shard. And they win the game. Let's see if... did I mistap there? Or was it lag? I'm tapping on the Porygon. And it just doesn't work. It does a Bullet Seed instead. So the only thing I can think of is my tapping. Maybe that tap right there was off center or something. That's the only thing I can think of. So I'm not sure. It looked like I was tapping on the Porygon to me to try and combo play there, but unfortunately it just didn't quite work out for us. So whether it was lag or whether it was my own fault with a mistap. Unfortunate loss there that we almost came back from after getting pretty hard countered. And would have been a pretty epic win. But we're up against the next opponent, Malamar. Very interesting Pokemon. I decided I have 2 better answers, so I swap right away. And I lure out a Machamp. I'm hoping this Machamp doesn't farm me all the way down. That would be really bad. I don't get the debuff. And Machamp does farm me all the way down. This is horrible. I know there's a 99% chance this Machamp is going to cross-chop bait me. Because this will help them get to a shield and a rock slide. But at this point, I don't want to lose CMP. I'm just committing now. I'm going to expend both shields. We'll just pretend that he did 2 rock slides. Honestly, with the extra counters, I mean, he could have got 2 rock slides anyway. So we're just pretending that he did 2 rock slides. Going for a Shadow Ball here. I land it. And I decide to just stay in. Because I don't want to switch and get super powered by this Malamar. Really hoping that a Fang plus maybe a couple wing attacks can KO. I get the shield. And there's a Whiscash in back. This is going to be really close. These Bullet Seeds chunking away. This is going to be a really close finish. That Malamar is just about at a move. If it doesn't already have the move, it's probably only 1 cycle cut away. They're going for a Mud Bomb. Yeah, I thought this was interesting. Blizzard is definitely more energy efficient, so I think this is a mistake by our opponent. I think they should have gone for Blizzard, then Mud Bomb instead of trying to go for 3 Mud Bombs. And we get to a move here, because if the Malamar throws its move, it knows that we'll just take it out with a move. So Malamar had to overfarm there. And we take the win. There we go. And we're searching for an opponent. This is the 5th and final battle of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Some shiny Porygon action. Always nice when you can flex a shiny in the Go Battle League. Ale Crowbert is the opponent. We actually simul swap here, which isn't ideal. I'm not sure why our opponent swapped. I guess because they must have 2 better answers than Pidgeot. But it would have been nice to have either Greedent here. Yeah, well, definitely Greedent here. My opponent doesn't shield. I go for the Zap Cannon here. It gets shielded. And I don't get to the Tri-Attack. This game is going about as horribly as possible. I know Green can tank this energy a little bit better. But we are already in a really rough looking situation. I do sneak in a Bullet Seed, which is nice. I basically just farm up to 2 moves if I can. Just under 2 moves, but this allows me to get off a Body Slam non-debuffed against Pidgeot, chip it away. And then we swap. This is all she wrote. Would have been a tough game to win no matter what. I think the only way we win this game is if we had not swapped right away. We had stayed in the lead. He swaps Emp. We swap Greedent. And then we have Golbat versus Pidgeot and Porygon versus Lantern. I think would have had a chance for sure, but still would have been a difficult game to win. Nicely done to our opponent. He gets the spark down. I don't bother throwing my move since there was still a healthy Pidgeot in back. And that takes us to the end of the set. Trying out a pretty unique Pokemon in Porygon, and honestly, I had fun using it. I recommend you guys to try it out as well. It's not bad by any means. Porygon Z, I think, is way too glassy from what I'm told. And Porygon, normal Porygon, I don't think has a very good moveset, if I'm not mistaken. So we get a 3-2 there. 2174 at the time. And yeah, fun battles there. Once again, shout out to Gotta Carchamal, Wisconsin native, for recommending the team. Very cool team. And I give him a hard time if you're watching this Gotta Carchamal. I teased him about always DMing me GGs after after times he beats me in GBL, and he was like, I'm not like that. It's after games in general, but I've talked about this before on the channel, and it's like I'm a competitive guy, right? And I have a little bit of pride, right, of being like a good battler in this community. I'm competitive, whether it was sports, basketball growing up, or anything, whether it's media stuff in high school, in college. I don't like losing. I like trying to be the best, the very best, as the cliche is in Pokemon. So as a content creator now, I'm so fortunate to have all you guys as an audience, and I'm so fortunate that a lot of times when you guys pair up with me and go Battle League, you get really excited. And if we play, you're likely to message me after the game on social media, or whether it's Twitch or Twitter or Instagram, like, GG's, man, that was me that played you. And I don't mind it at all. I'm actually really grateful for it. But from my perspective, you have to remember it can get taxing or frustrating. Especially, I joke with other content creator friends that get the same thing, where it's like it always seems like the games where like you lag and you miss several fast moves, where you get a DM like, great game, man, or the games where I make a mistake myself, I make like a really dumb misplay and I throw the game away, and I'm really frustrated at myself, and then I get a DM, wow, what a game, Rise. And I'm just thinking to myself, no, it wasn't, I threw the game away. But it's just those type of things. So I always, because there was one time on the channel where I got kind of tilted on stream when I got like emails from someone that would like send me an email recapping the game every time we paired and they beat me in GBL. But I at the time it bothered me a lot more, and I kind of reflected and realized, like, I think a lot of people in the community would enjoy that interaction of having someone like DM them and that human interaction after a game. And I relate back to myself when before I started streaming. I was a big FP Sticks fan. I still am. I just, now he's more of like a peer than like someone I don't know, someone I'm like trying to emulate or anything. Like he's still one of my favorite content creators in the community. Just now we're more like peers in a way, if that makes sense. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I remember the first time I played FP Sticks, I went into his stream and I like messaged in the chat like, GG's, man, that was me. And now as a content creator, I can see it from both perspectives. So it can get taxing, especially if, like, let's say I'm just trying to chill, lay low for a night, do my GBL sets off stream, and then every time I lose, I get a message, I get a DM saying DD, GG, like essentially reminding me that I just lost. So but then I look at it from the other side, that like I'm in a really fortunate spot where people are excited to battle me, since I've got this cool little YouTube community we've got going on. So anyway, the conclusion of that huge side tangent was sorry if I came off like salty, like when I said, like, I know I'm always going to get a DM from Gadakar Jamal, just explaining how it is from my perspective. So all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed Spicy Saturday. I've got some cool videos coming for you in the near future, and we're almost out of time for Remix Cup. So stay tuned for some more leaks coming up next week, and I'll try and crank out some more videos for you. All that said, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.